helps. I'll watch it. I just need to see what they do and how they try to use him and how they try to, set it up. So I don't know that it helps. I just know that the conversations has always been. I think he's the player of the week the last 3 weeks in a row, and he's brought his team from behind the last 3 weeks in a row. So, being a common opponents, I don't know. I just know that I look at what they do and the type of personnel and who they got coming back from last year to try to get some type of comparison how we line up and match up with them.
Pass rush is always important in any game, but how about in this one, the defensive front, and trying to contain a fairly global quarterback?
Yeah, pass rush will be a big part of this. It'll be a key to it, but we got to get them in that passing situation. If they keep winning 1st and 10s and always in 2nd and short, then there's no passing down to defend, and they can always make a good call. So we got to do a great job on 1st and 10 before we start worrying about the passing downs. And once we get them into that situation, we've got to try to find a way to get off the field so we don't give them another 3 downs.
These next 2 opponents are what they are, but we're both at home. How much is that going to play into what you guys do, play calling wise and things like that, where you have the home field advantage with you?
Well, it's great to be home versus these guys, and they're 2 great opponents, and it'll be great for the people that are in the dome, man, because there's some great football they played this Saturday, and it'll take a great game by us, so yeah, I hope we can gain some type of advantage somehow, some way. But yet, just because we're in the dome doesn't manufacture the win right now. We got to make sure we take care of our business and play to that level, and then try to use that in our favor.
Mark, it's Hall of Fame weekend. Obviously, Brad Meester's going into the Hall this weekend. Can you just
Mhm.
comment on him a little bit? I don't think he was here when you coached here.
1 year. Yeah,
1 year.
yeah. We recruited him, and he was here 1 season. We played him as a freshman. Brad Meester is going in the Hall of Fame, and he's one of the kind of twofold. He's kind of one of the guys from Parkersburg, okay, of that whole group of 4 players that went on to the NFL, and but yet he's a UNI one. And the important thing there is I just remember him when he was recruited out of high school, maybe a 220-pound offensive lineman. We brought him in here, and I'll never forget we started him as a freshman because he was just so good as far as the knowledge of the game and his technique. He was so sound by how he'd been taught in high school, and just a great football player. And just like all the guys out of Parkersburg, they had great technique, they had great heart for the game and great passion for the game, and they made themselves into great players. And that's kind of the trademark of what that Parkersburg group, as much as the guys that come out of UNI that make it in at the NFL level, they all developed themselves into that. And Brad is one of those guys that did it quietly, and I think that's why he lasted so long in the NFL too, is just because he did his job and he did it better than anybody else, and he never brought attention to himself, but he always was one of the best on the field just because of how he played the game.